What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Cancer. Okay, Cancer, you guys are third during the zodiac lineup for Group 1. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. I know this has been a truly weird, um, like, schedule for me. It's just been kind of off. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. So just been, like I said, kind of off schedule between work for myself and during the day, and then also like rearranging the lab that I have here in one of my rooms, um, just kind of cleaning up and reorganizing and rearranging things. So just been kind of slowly doing that, and so readings are kind of now like off. So the best thing that I can tell you is, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Take advantage of some of the past energy by going on the channel and looking at the playlist, because you can find a plethora of readings that I have on deck. So you can kind of refer to those. The monthly manifestations, you can kind of take those as your first bulk reading for the month. And so that can kind of, kind of hold you over, and then kind of, play around with whatever your energy calls to. Okay. So, with that being said, truly welcome you guys to the channel. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe so you can be notified the next time I do a reading for your sign. All right. So, let's go ahead and get into your heart's desire reading. We're going to go ahead and shuffle the deck. I shuffled beforehand, but feel like there's a need to reshuffle. We do have the Ace of Wands here with the Four of Wands. All right. So potentially a relationship, a fifth wand being added here, maybe an offer of a relationship. That of course equals out to five wands, may bring some conflict. Okay. I don't know if it feels like it's maybe an internal conflict, of maybe providing an offer or taking an offer on a relationship, um, because it, like I said, could be an internal conflict, in the sense of whether or not, if it's what you want to do or not when it comes to a particular person, or just in general if you've been doing some dating. Okay, let's go ahead and shuffle here. I'm going to shuffle by three. So, second split here. But we do have now the Four of Wands still here with the Six of Wands. So, some kind of, those together is a Ten of Wands, which is a victory, with the Six. However, equaling out to 10 could bring some heavy burdens, because Ten of Wands usually depicts someone holding up the wands. Okay, it's going to take a lot of work. Okay, especially if it's more of a reuniting with someone, and starting off or trying to build a relationship. For others of you, it could just be, as far as getting stable in your life. For others of you, Cancer, and having a victory in regards to that. Okay, maybe you've been working towards something and finally at the end stages. Okay, so stability is always good, but work definitely is needed. Now, you do have Six of Wands showing up with a Ten of Swords. Okay, which is burnout. Okay, but you're happy about it. Okay. I know that's weird to say. If it's for some of you, if it's in regards to career, then you're kind of happy to be bombarded with a lot of work. Okay, like a reason for being tired in a way. Okay, So it's like you're finally fulfilled career wise. You know, it's all worth it in the end. Okay, so last shuffle on this one before we go ahead and do a cut for you guys, Cancer of the deck. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and get into it. Let me get that last one, which will probably be your future energy. All right, so we have one from the top, which is present energy, one directly from the bottom, which is is actually your past energy, and then one energetically from the middle, which is future energy. I had to make sure that was the right one because I was looking at another one, but then my eyes switched to that one that I just pulled out. All right, so we'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what's at the bottom as far as for overall energy. Okay, so present energy for you, Cancer, to start is the Emperor. Okay, the Emperor, which is good. Okay, to start off with. So obviously you're in like kind of like boss-like status with the Emperor showing up. Kind of this kind of at the helm type energy that I'm feeling a little bit. Maybe that's where you either want to be presently. Maybe it's energetically that is what you want or are trying to aim for. Either you're trying to build a business for yourself, and so you know you kind of are in my opinion in that realm if you're even thinking about opening or starting some form of a business, because to come up with the idea in which you are coming up with, it is yours and yours alone to start. Okay, for some of you, you could realize that you need the help of other people, and so it takes literally a village. Okay, but you are at the top of it. All right, so or want to be at the top of it. Maybe you are collabing with someone already, and you're kind of the right hand in a way, but eventually one day you want to be able to take over. Okay, so that's also a vibe that I'm getting to with that Emperor. All right, we'll see what happens with the clarifiers. Now let's see what's in the past energy for you, Cancer, and it's the Hierophant. Okay, the Hierophant does not show up too often when it comes to these readings, but you have a pyramid here, and around this pyramid there are actually some stairs that I guess eventually lead to this third eye that is open in a sphere above the pyramid. There is a doorway that kind of goes in, for you to walk into. So these stairs almost look as though they are on the outside of the pyramid, but they could be also inside. Okay, look within is the message that I hear looking at this card. And again, being very aware, using that third eye. Okay, third eye is all about being, or utilizing your senses in a way. Okay, and that inner knowing. All right, and so in the past there you had some form of inner knowing about something in particular. I can't really pinpoint it. Feels like it's kind of blocked, and I was like literally closing my eyes a little bit just to kind of see if I could pinpoint anything or see anything visually, but I can't really. And it's mostly this light is what's bothering me the most. So give me a 1 minute to see if I can kind of lower the light just a bit here, because it's like so bright in my eye right now. So hopefully you guys can still see a little bit, and that's a lot better on my eyes. Now let's get into the future energy for you, Cancer. And it is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, Six of Pentacles. So sharing is here, all right, as far as finances are concerned. If you are working in a group or a collaborative effort, you are going to have to balance out your finances, maybe giving a third or to a half towards the creation of this potential business or investment, if you will, towards it. Okay. And so it's all about balancing out. Now, some are sharing money. If you're already kind of established as an emperor, you may be, deving out some funds. This was kind of a vibe, I think, last month with another sign. It might have been Pisces. But, you're in the mood of giving, if you will. So maybe you have tapped into that monthly manifestation of it's better to give than to take. And so maybe that might be tied to past energy of maybe not knowing who to really give to, or if you could without someone taking advantage. Okay. Because you do have me more so paying attention to the Emperor and the Six of Pentacles being on the outskirts of this Hierophant. It definitely shows that in the past, maybe you were just having some issues with judgment, only in the sense of wanting to be mindful and careful, not so much as, demeaning anyone or anything like that, but just wanting to make sure that you're giving to the right people. And in some situations, you may have gotten some money back. Okay. So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy for Cancer. And it's the Magician. Okay. The Magician showing up. All right. So doing a lot of manifesting again, kind of labeled you guys for, a little bit of manipulation going on. I just want to make sure you guys can see everything in the frame here. But as far as like manipulating people to a certain degree, but for some of you, it could have been based off of business moves that you were making. Okay. And so, hopefully that didn't offend too many people. But for others of you, it was you manipulating people just to see what they would do, okay? In order for you to realize how or if you would be able to work with them later on, as far as either a connection or a platonic kind of vibe, okay? So let's go ahead and get into your clarifiers. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these as well. I'm not going to really get into the in-betweens for the split, but clarifying for Cancer. This last split, though, you do have Awakening and the Four of Cups. Awakening and the Four of Cups. So, obviously, in some form of receiving an offer, contemplating feelings and emotions, some form of an awakening to speak up on certain things, okay? As we kind of have this awakening where I feel like it's emanating from the heart chakra, maybe recognizing what it is you truly desire. And then, like I said, still feeling as though there's a need to speak up on things, okay? Possibly for some of you, with what it is that you want out of a relationship or a connection. Or just in general with the goals that you have that you're trying to obtain, okay? So you may want to see if you're possibly, for some of you, it might be looking at the upcoming monthly manifestation to see if this reading kind of coincides with it. Um, I really don't think going back to like February will help, but if you're just coming in and haven't really tapped into that energy of those readings, you can go ahead if you want. But I would say move forward if you've been watching some of the preliminary readings. Okay, so let's go one from the top, which is for the Emperor, one from the bottom, which is for the Hierophant, past energy, and then one energetically from the middle. And I am aiming for this one here to go for the Six of Pentacles, future energy. We'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what is clarifying that Magician. Okay, so for the Emperor in present energy, we have a clarifier of the Queen of Materials. Okay, Queen of Materials, which is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, with the Emperor. So this could be, I could go the cheesy route with this, if you will, and say, you're a boss looking for your queen, okay? This is Earth energy, so of course Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, okay? You don't have to be dealing with one of those signs. You could have just that in your birth chart. It's just an honorable mention. But you could be looking for your counterpart in a way, or receiving some assistance from someone who is really good with finances, okay? Like I said, a collaboration of sorts, all right? Now, like I said, we did see the Four of Wands to start in your reading before really pulling your cards. So it could be a situation of, going that extra step with a person. For some of you, Cancer, I don't want to delve too much into it. We'll see what happens in the month of April, okay? But that could be for a majority of you. So with all these multiple, if you're new here, anytime when I jump from one probability of a storyline with the readings, it usually means there are multiple energies on the reading, okay? So I may tap into a small group of you at the beginning of the reading with the split of the deck, and then the rest of you could be in this top line. Others of you might be in the bottom line, and then another set might be over here with the oracle cards, okay? So this reading taps into all energies based off of what part of Cancer you have with you. So if you are a Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, this is for you. But if you are still resonating with it and you're not primarily a Cancer in any of those signs, especially Sun, then 9 times out of 10 you could be another sign with Cancer in one of those placements, okay? And so you are possibly sharing your energy with another sign that has Cancer in their chart, okay? I do encourage people to kind of jump from one reading to the next when it comes to their placements that are very important to them. I consider Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, 7th and 11th the most important signs, most important placements in the birth chart. So you can, kind of dive into that. But as far as cross-watching, I truly, am against it because it can cause energy to change. So if you're cross-watching on someone, 9 times out of 10, that energy ends up taking over your reading, and the reading ends up not being about you. It ends up being about your cross-watcher and what they want from you, okay? And that kind of confuses me. It also can confuse and irritate divine. So kind of be mindful of you doing that, because eventually the energy turns out and there ends up being some form of separation, okay? Eventually, or just a change in the chemistry between you and your person. So just be mindful, all right, when you're doing cross-watching. Now, The Hierophant, let's get into this past energy where we have the Hierophant and the Nine of Inspiration, which is the Nine of Wands. Okay. So within having these two together, I feel like something was blocked. Okay. Maybe either something or someone was blocked in the past. In regards to maybe your intuition or your judgment was being blocked. All right. And it could have been based off of maybe other people around you. Okay. Maybe advice or something. Or kind of feeding into something a little bit too much. And so it blocked you from making clear, conscious decisions. Okay. Just one small thing that someone could have said could have deterred you from making the right decision in the past. Okay. So it kind of possibly, like I said, mentioned the separation just now with cross watching, that it may have caused that. Okay. It caused some kind of detour, if you will. Okay. And that can happen even in your own personal life in general, as far as having an idea and maybe you mention it to someone and they say, oh, someone's already done that already. You probably would be wasting your time if you try to pursue that. Okay. Just hearing someone tell you that could take you away from it, and it was really meant for you to do. Okay. And so that's just an example of what could have possibly transpired in the past. Okay. So try to avoid that from happening. Maybe you've already gotten over that. That's the reason why you're in this emperor and queen status. Okay. So possibly realizing that's what happened in the past and trying to make up for it now in the present. Okay. Let's see what's going on with this future energy of the Six of Pentacles with the Queen of Emotions for future energy. Queen of Emotions is Queen of Cups with the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So, future energy, a little bit more mature. Okay. Queen of Cups holds her ground, that feminine energy, if you will. You don't have to be a female to feel this energy. We all have feminine and masculine energy within us. Okay. And so you do have the ability to nurture as you are giving, in the sense of another way. It could be monetarily or with valuable advice to others. Okay. And so you may find yourself doing that, being a little bit more, again, more mature, more understanding, maybe a little bit more philosophical. I will say in the monthly manifestations, Philosopher's Stone was coming out a lot throughout some of the readings. And so I can't remember if it came out for yours, Cancer. It might have, but I know it definitely came out for your water sign counterparts of Scorpio and Pisces. And so your energy, being a water sign, is showing up mixing with Earth. Okay. And so sharing in the sense of valuable or important information. Maybe you found out something or are doing research, and it could be valuable information to someone else, if not yourself. Okay. And so that is what's, imminent for the future. If you're not sharing funds, you're sharing advice. Okay. Words of wisdom, if you will. Okay. Also that, probability again of giving back instead of taking, as well, coming forth when it comes to this, maybe giving back to those who helped you. Okay. Now let's see what's at the bottom of the deck to clarify this Magician. And it's the Page of Voices, which is the Page of Swords. Okay. The Sun is underneath this Magician. Okay. So two major arcanas back to back. Okay. So some form of enlightenment as you are manifesting. With this Page of Voices, though, this Page of Swords, very light communication, really. Being very hidden or mysterious, if you will, as the Magician in this card looks. And so being very mindful. You have this Page of Swords. She has glasses on here, which she's kind of holding along the sides of her temple. And then there's like these three different women kind of spiraling around, dancing around her head, and then a fourth below in this kind of valley. Okay, and so there's the sophistication, if you will, in this page of page of swords. Sorry, that could turn to a page of wands. Okay, as far as slow movement, little words being shared. Okay, a lot of moon energy in the sense of Pisces, obviously, is what you're picking up on, primarily Cancer. And so just being very mindful about what you share with other people. All right, maybe in the sense of eventually shocking some with whatever is about to come out. Okay, whatever you haven't been willing to share is going to come out eventually. All right, at your defined time. All right, so let's get into your heart's desire with an oracle here of what's to come or the final decision for Cancer. Last shuffle here. Like I said, I feel the like blocked or hidden energy a little bit, so I try to respect it whenever I do readings. If it comes up, I don't dig too much or pry. It's pretty much based off of what the cards have laid out for every sign and divine energy coming in. Okay, and so it's a little bit of blockage, but it's for good reason. Okay, now we have the heart chakra coming up here, number 4. Okay, 4 is talking about protection. You can find a couple of frequent angel numbers on the community post that you can kind of refer to, but it's just talking about protecting oneself here in a way, and allowing love in a way with the heart chakra. I will say that before your reading, I think I saw the heart chakra come up while I was shuffling. Wasn't sure if it was going to come out, so it's nice to see it. Starting to see a few of the chakras. Root chakras came out. I think sacral, throat chakra, and now heart, solar plexus as well. Okay, so it's nice to see them coming out in a sense of maybe helping you either unblock those chakras, going on 163, and allowing them to be open. Okay, so, and we do have embrace underneath. Okay, so it's obviously Cancer, a time to love. All right, so the color here, of course, is green. The sound is yum. The element is air. The gland is thymus, and your keyword is I love. Okay, it says parallel to the heart. The heart chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. It's believed to be the link between mind, body, and soul. To activate this chakra, take a moment to send from your heart loving, healing energy in the form of blue and green waves. Okay? Blue is for peace, and green is for healing. Okay? Send this to everyone and everything unconditionally. This love will be returned to you for your own healing. Okay? So it's time to heal from things that have possibly transpired in the past. Again, if it definitely was at the hand of others. Okay? I also feel like while it did say blue and green waves, and blue standing for peace, I do still feel this need of throat chakra coming in on your reading a little bit. Okay? Especially with the blue in the Hierophant card. in the sense of speaking peacefully your truth and what you truly want from your heart, okay? If it is about reconnecting with a particular person in order for them to have some form of understanding of what happened or transpired in the past, you will have to speak genuinely and unconditionally from the heart and peacefully, okay? But I definitely feel that, all right, for you guys, Cancer, as part of that exercise, all right? Let's get into the last message, which is considered a message of support for you guys. Again, it just taps into possibly different set of energy of the Cancer collective. So again, if you don't resonate with anything else on this table but this deck, then that is what was meant for you, okay? There's still other readings that you can tap into. Pretty much the Heart's Desire is your official last reading for all of the collective. It's usually the last one that I do. So you can always go back and look at the most recent videos to see what other energy is out there for you, Cancer. Okay, so that was the last shuffle there. And at the bottom of the deck for you, Cancer, we have Surrender Obsessive Thinking. Okay, Surrender Obsessive Thinking. This is definitely new energy alert because I think this might be the first time I'm seeing this card come out. It's a woman here with an apple. The eyes are a bit dark where we can't really see, okay? If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to Spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem, okay? If you are obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to Spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem, okay? So, this apple, I automatically, kind of get desire out of it, okay? What it is you truly desire. And if it's a person or a situation dealing with a particular person, you may need to, of course, with this Magician, figure out a way to communicate, okay? This Page of Voices means some, olive branch, if you will, okay, of maybe a text message or some kind of communication on social media, even if it is just a like or something, for some of you. Others, it could be just slowly opening up the conversation about what happened or transpired in the past. But if you've been spending more time, Cancer, overly obsessing about it than actually making action, it could be that you are worried about the reaction of the person or how they will respond, okay? Instead of focusing on what is on your heart, okay? Focus on what's on your heart, being genuine, and the true reason of why you want to either reconnect with someone or build something with someone, okay? It is a very big decision if you're trying to elevate your relationship to another level, or, come to some common ground with someone, okay? Which I feel, if I remember correctly, is what's been going on since the beginning of 2024 for you guys, Cancer. So, with that being said, that is all that I have for you guys today. Again, monthly manifestations for April are going to be coming up soon, so you might want to tap into that. So until then, peace.